Now you'll see this screen. Now let's start doing everything. First, let me add classes. So I'll simply click on this classes from the left hand side and click on add class. Now in the class name, you can just type in first, okay, standard 1, something like that. Okay, so you can simply type in, now in the class name, obviously you can type simply standard 1, or you can type something like this, standard 1. And in the class number, you can type in the number. For example, in our school, we used to have class numbers as the room, like we have room numbers. Okay, so my class number, I think, was 24. And if you have different divisions of one particular class, for example, standard 1A, B, C, standard 10A, B, C, so 10A, 10B, 10B, 10A, 10B, 10C. So what you can do, you can, under the class name, you can put something like this, standard 1 A. Okay, so you'll know that. Now class capacity may be 40 students, and select the teacher. We haven't created any teacher, so obviously you cannot select a teacher over here. Now when is this class starting? So generally in India, class starts at something around June 15 every year, and the class ends on next year. It's April, I guess. Yeah, it's April 15. Okay, so this is how this thing is. Okay, class location. So suppose that class is located on first floor, second floor. You can add those things over here. Obviously this is optional, but you can add this. For example, I'm just typing in third floor. Now let's click on submit. Now as you can see, we get this message, success, class created successfully. Now let's click on classes. Now as you can see, we have a class number 24, class name standard 1A. There's no teacher in charge because we haven't created any teacher yet. Number of students 0. The capacity is 40, but there are no students at present in this class because we haven't created any student. And the location of the class. Now first of all, let's create a teacher. So obviously you can simply click on teachers from the left hand side. Now let's click on add teacher. Now let me put in this name, Margaret Pinto. She was one of my favorite teachers, so I think I should mention her over here. First name Margaret, last name Pinto, and date of birth. Let me select March. I don't know, but I'm just selecting something over here. Okay, 1978, maybe 15th March. Female, and email address. Now be very careful when you enter the email address and password, because here you have to password at the bottom. So you have to enter the personal email address of that teacher. Now this is important because that teacher will be using this email address and this password that you will be putting over here to log in to that teacher's page, okay, or to that teacher's account on this website. So just be very careful. Okay, so I'm just typing the name over here, margaret.pinto@gmail.com, and you should remember this. Okay, so whatever you're entering over here. Now current address, I'll simply type in Sign West, Mumbai. City name, obviously Mumbai. Country, India. Zip code. Alright, okay, so phone number is optional, but if you want, you can add this thing. Okay, so I'm adding some random phone number. Blood group, you can select the blood group, and username. So let me just enter her first name as the username. Now password, type in a password and remember this password. Okay, so let me tell you one thing first. Let me enter the password. Okay, so what you have to do, okay, I just entered some wrong password, I guess. Alright, so it is correct now. Now once you create all these things, once you click on save changes, what you have to do, you have to give this email address and this password to that particular teacher, and you should say that this is your login credentials. You have to use these things, this email address and this password, to log into your account, and obviously she or he can just change the password and email address anytime they want. Okay, qualifications, postgraduate maybe. Okay, profile image, let me select this media. So you'll get all these images. There is a link in the video description below. You simply have to click on that link. You will be redirected to my blog, to my website blogtoot.com, and you will see a button, which would say something like download file or something like that. Simply click on that button and you will download all these images that I have used in this website. Okay. Now, if you don't see that button, you'll see one pop-up like subscribe to my channel, so that you can see the button. Simply click on that subscribe button, and after that you will see that button. Okay. So let me select this image and click on open. Now, school details, date of joining, date of leaving, so she's not leaving right now. Current position, teacher, or if she's the head teacher, you can type in head teacher. You can put in some employee code, so I'm just typing some random number over here. Working hours, maybe 8 hours. Okay. Now let's click on submit. Okay, so again it says teacher added successfully. Let's click on teachers. Okay, now as you can see, employee code, name, in charge of class, no class in charge right now. Subject handling, because we haven't created any subjects, so we don't see any subjects over here. Now let me do one thing. Let me again go back to classes. Let me edit this class, standard 1A, and now we can see this option, teachers option. So we can, just make this teacher as the in charge of this class. Click on update. Now let's go to classes. Now as you can see, class number, class name, teacher in charge is also present over here. Now when you click on teachers, we'll see employee code, teacher name, and in charge of which class. Okay, so this is really amazing. Okay, so we have created a class and a teacher. Now let's create different subjects. So let's click on subjects from the left hand side, and you have to select the class. Okay, so class, subject for which class. Okay, so I'm selecting subject for standard first A. Now click on add subject. Okay, so maybe first subject is English. I'll type in English, and subject code I'll type in ENG maybe. Who is the teacher? Because we have created only one teacher, I'll have to select this teacher again and again. For the book name, I'm simply typing in English textbook. For subject 2, I'm typing mathematics. Okay, subject code I'll simply type in maths. Teacher, again we'll have to select the same teacher, and for this I'm simply typing in mathematics textbook. Okay, subject 3 maybe history, which was one of my favorite subjects. So history code HIST maybe. Teacher, again the same teacher, because we have created only one teacher. Now I'll simply type in history textbook. Then let's type in geography. Okay, code geo. Select the teacher, select the book. Alright, now last subject, science, because I never liked that subject, so maybe that's why it's last. Okay, and alright, so we have 5 subjects over here. Let's click on submit. Now let's click on subjects. Now as you can see, this thing is selected standard first A, and we have all these subjects showing over here, which is really amazing. Now let's start adding students and their parents. So it's quite easy. You'll see the students link at the left hand side. Click on that one. Now first we have to select this class, select class. So I'm selecting standard 1A, and I'm adding all the students in that class. So click on add student. First name, let me add myself over here, or maybe yeah, okay, fine, Naya Sheikh. Date of birth 7/6/1994. Gender male. Email address, maybe let me add some different email address over here. Current address, I'll simply type in Sion, Mumbai. City name Mumbai. Countries India. Pin code whatever you like. Okay, permanent address same as above, so I can simply tick mark this thing. Blood group, I have no idea, so I'm selecting O positive. Username will be real name for me. Password. Now again, remember one thing, okay, let me first enter the password. Okay, so whatever email address and password you're entering over here, you'll have to provide this email address and password to the student and say that this is the credentials for your, for your account. Whenever you want to log into your account, you have to use these credentials, and obviously they can change the password and all those things later on. Profile image, enter the student's profile picture over here. So I'll select this one. Now date of joining, when did this student join? So maybe 2000. Okay, class and roll number 1727. I don't know what my roll number was. Now parent detail. Okay, so I'll type in, let me type in my dad's email address over here. All right, parent's first name, let me simply type in John Doe. My dad's name, male, education, let me type in graduate over here. Profession, business. Username, just type in parent1. Password, phone number, blood group, and profile picture. So let me select this one. Click on submit, saving data. Let's see. Alright, so student added successfully. Now as you can see, roll number 27, full name, parent, address, and phone number. Now when you click on parents, let's see. Now as you can see, parent name, the student name of their parent, parent email address, and all those things. If you want to see more detail, you can click on this eye icon and you can see the image and all those information over here, which is amazing. Okay, so we have successfully added student and the parent. Now let's see how we can create a timetable for the class. So quite easy. You simply have to click on timetables. So let me search for that. Here it is, timetable. Click on that. But before creating that, we'll have to create the working hours of the timetable. Okay, so let me explain you that. It's quite easy. Simply click on settings from here and click on working hours. Okay, so you have to create different periods. For example, we had around 10 periods, including the break or the recess. We had 11. Okay, so let me explain you what those are. So our name, you can type in standard 1 maybe, or not standard 1, sorry, subject 1. And the timing, so this subject was used to start at 7:30 to 8. Okay, so half an hour thing. Okay, and type, this is teaching session. So simply select that and click on add hour, and it will be added over here. Subject 1, which begins at 7:30, ends at 8, and the type is teaching. Okay, the second one, you can simply type in subject 2, and it was 7:30 to, no, not 7:30, I'm sorry, 8 to 8:30. Okay, this was also teaching, so click on add hour. Now subject 3, and this was 8:30, I'm sorry, to 9, teaching obviously. Now subject 4, this was 9 to 9:30. Subject 5, 9:30 to 10. Alright, now in this subject 6, I can simply type in recess or break, because this was the break time. So for this was from 10 to 10:15. That is what it is. Okay, and in the type, I'll select break this time. Okay, and click on add hour. Okay, so we used to have these 5 sections, okay, and of teaching, and then we had this break for 15 minutes, and after that again 5 sections, okay, or 5 subjects. Now let me select subject 6. This was from 10:15 to 10:45. All right, click on add R. Now similarly you can add subjects, say 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever amount of or number of subjects you have, number of periods you have. Alright, so you can simply do that thing over here. Now we have added these working hours. Now let's create a timetable. So click on timetable. Now alright, so timetable has not created for this class. So select the class that you want to create the timetable for and click on add new. Select the class again, standard 1A. There's no template, so we can click on new template. And number of sessions, I'm selecting maybe 11. I cannot select 11 because I have created only 7 sections. Okay, so I'll select 7. Okay, the working hours we have created only 7, so I'm selecting 7. But obviously if you have 11 sections, 11 sections will include 5 sections, then 1 break, which would be 6, and then 5 more sections. That will make it 11. Okay, so I hope you understood that. Okay, click on generate. Okay, now section 1 timing 7:30 to 8, which is fine. Session 2 timing 8 to 8:30. Session 3 8:30 to 9. Session 4 9 to 9:30. Session 5 9:30 to 10. Session 6, which is this breaks, 10 to 10:15, and session 7 10:15 to 10:45. Click on submit. And it's really beautiful way of creating a timetable. Simply have to drag and drop the subjects over here. Okay, so for example, for day 1, which is Monday, the first 2 periods were English, then we had maths, then history, then geography, and then maybe science. And maybe on Tuesday, first 2 periods were maths, then English, then science. Obviously it can be anything. Okay, then all those things. Then again maybe maths over here, geography over here, or maybe first science, then English, then 1 English at the end. All right. Okay, so let's select this thing very quickly. Okay, so similar you can just drag and drop all the subjects over here, and this is auto saved. So as you can see, it is already saved. Now when I click on timetable, when I select this class, you can see the timetable for this class. Day 1, first subject, second subject, all this subject, 10 to 10:15, it's all break, as you can see over here. Okay, so this is how easy and awesome creating this website is. Okay, so we are done with the timetable. Let's see the attendance now. So simply click on attendance. Now select the class. Okay, so how will this happen? So in India we have one register. At least in my school I had that thing. We had one register. Teacher is to take that attendance. So what you can do is, what the school can do is, they can take that register. They can employ one person as the administrator of a website, and that person, what that person will do is, he will check the register. He'll select the class. For example, he has the register of class 1A. So he'll select that class. He'll put in the date and click on add or update. Now you'll have to enter who all are absent, who is present, and all those things. Okay, so maybe everyone is present, so you simply tick mark all present. Okay, so what you do is you tick mark all present first, and whoever is absent you simply tick mark absent. Okay, but maybe for this one everyone was present, or when someone was absent, you can also give a reason over here. Let's click on submit. Now let's check the attendance. So click on attendance, select the class, select the date, and click on view. Now as you can see, attendance overview, roll number 3 Nair Sheikh was present on this day. Okay, so this is really amazing. So attendance is also done. Now let me show you one thing. You also have this teacher attendance. If you see over here at the bottom, click on teacher's attendance. You can select the date and click on add new, and whether this teacher was present or absent. So maybe she was absent today, so I'll select absent. Now let's click on submit. Now let's click on teacher attendance. Let's view the attendance for this day. Click on view. Now as you can see, this teacher was absent on this particular day. Okay, so this is really amazing. Now the next feature is that you can send messages to people. So you can simply click on message, Now this message can be sent through email. So you can just like we type email, we draft an email, this is the same process. You click on compose. You can usually select the receiver, who all are the receivers. So if the student is the receiver, or you can click on this at the bottom, select group, and you can select all parents. So maybe this is only for parents. You can select parents, select subject. This is a demo message, and let me type in this just multiple times. So when you select this receiver, all parent, type in all these things. So this message will reach to all the parents. Okay, so click on send. Okay, message sent successfully, which is amazing. So in case of emergency or something, you can create these kind of messages. Now you can click on send. You can see the messages that was sent on what date. Okay, so that is also good. Now after messages, you can create events as well. Let me show you. It's quite easy. Simply click on events from the left hand side. Now select the date that you want to create an event for. So today is 18th. I'm selecting maybe 20th. So select 20th time. So maybe this is open day. Okay, so I'm selecting 10 a.m. to maybe not 11, 12 a.m. Okay, title open day or open house, and different people call it different things. So in description I'll type in not this thing. In description I'll simply copy and paste in this thing. Now whom do you want to show this thing? So I want to show this to everyone. Okay, and what color do you want to use? So I'm going to use the red color. Click on save. Okay, so whenever someone logins to the dashboard, whether it be the teacher, the student, or the parent, they will see this thing on their dashboard that we have this open day on this particular date. So that is really amazing. Now after that, we have created events. We can also create exams. So let's see how we can do that. Now from here, let's search for exams, which is over here. Click on that exams. Now let's click on add exam. Select the class. I'm selecting this class. And what else subject do you want to include? So subject English, exam name, exam start date, end date. So I'll select all exams and I'll select the exam name. Maybe this is unit test 3, and exam start date maybe next month, November 1st, and ends on November 10th. Okay, and click on submit. Now let's click on exams. Now whenever a person or teacher or a parent, especially a parent of this standard, okay, if you're a parent of a student of this standard A, whenever you go to your dashboard, you will see that there is exam coming on this date. Okay, so that is also quite amazing. Now we can also enter marks of this exam. So you can click on marks, and suppose you can select the class, you can select the exam, which is this exam. Obviously this exam is not yet conducted, but I'm just showing you that you can do these things. And you can select the subject, English or whatever subject is, and you can click on add or update. And suppose I got 50 out of 50, which is not possible for me at least, but still I'm selecting 50 out of 50 and click on save marks. Now when I click on marks, when I select the class and select the exam and subject, I'll click on view marks. I'll see all the students, their roll number, their name, and their marks over here, which is amazing. Okay, now there are few features that are not present over here. For example, to export or to print this thing. If you want to use this, you can contact them and you can ask them for these extensions. These are pro extensions. It will cost you a few bucks, but it will do this job for you. All right, now after that we have another option, which is notification. So we can click on notify and click on plus notify, okay, to add a new notification. So maybe for this I'm just typing hello, and in the description I'm typing in this is a demo notification. All right, and who all are the receivers? So maybe all users. And how do you want to notify them? So email, through email. Now click on notify. Okay, so at least 10 characters. Okay, hello world, notify. Now this this thing will be sent to all the email addresses of all the users. Okay, so that is great. Now the last thing in the back end is the transport. So we have this transport over here. Click on transport and you can add this transport information. For example, click on add new. So vehicle name, I don't know, bus, whatever bus it is, Tata bus maybe. Vehicle number, whatever number it is, so MH011234, whatever vehicle number is. Driver name, let me make this person driver. Driver's phone number. Okay, let me enter this. What is the fee for the transport? So maybe 600. And you can enter the route. For example, this vehicle starts from maybe from Bandra to Mahim to Sion. Okay, click on submit. Okay, I think I have pressed 2 times. Okay, that's why I have 2, but obviously you know how to do this now. You have the vehicles information, the transport information as well. Okay, so with this we have completed the back end of this website. Now let me show you a very quick thing. For example, let me go to teacher. This was the teacher section, username and password. If you remember, if you click on this view, her email address was this. So let me copy this and the password. So what this teacher will do is she'll open a new incognito window. Obviously not a new incognito window, but I'll have to open this thing just to show you guys. Okay, now let me open the website. Alright, now she does not have any direct link. I'll have to add that later on when we create this website. Okay, let WP admin login. She'll have to enter the email address and the password over here. Now we'll click on login. Now as you can see, this is the dashboard for the teacher. She'll see that there is some open day. There is this exam unit test 3, open day over here, exams notification, 1 parent, 1 teacher. Now let's see what does this person, her image is present over here. As you can see, let's see what does this person see when they click on teachers. So let's click on teachers. Now as you can see, she'll see her information over here. When she clicks on parents, she'll see the information of the parents, classes, students, and all these things. You'll have all these things over here. And we have one message over here. Let's click on this message, and this message from the administrator, and this is a demo message which we have just sent. Okay, so we have received this message, which is amazing. Now they can see all the events and all those things from here. So it's the same process. Okay, now similarly you can now log in as a parent or as a student, and you can see all those information over here. You can select this thing, and you'll have all this information over here. You can change the password from here. You can simply click on change password, current password, and enter the new password. So this is really amazing. Okay, we just have to do one thing. We have to add some link on the website to log in. Okay, so that they can click on that and they can log in as a teacher or as a student, however they want. Okay, all right guys, so just as I said you earlier, with this we are done.